Now, stock market is a place where investors connect when they want to buy shares of publicly listed companies in the stock exchange. Previously, I've discussed with you guys as to why one of the most important account that you need to have investing in the stock market, which is a tax-free savings account. I went into detail as to how that one works, and I said for every beginner investing in the stock market, that account is very important, because without that account you don't get to benefit the tax benefits that come with owning that account or buying exchange traded funds under that account. I explained that exchange traded funds is a basket of shares that allows investors, especially the beginners, also to go and diversify the portfolio without going and have a look at buying individual stocks or checking which company it's better to buy and going to check the performance. I mean, I made an example with the JSE Top 40 to say that as a beginner you can start buying the JSE Top 40, or you can buy an ETF that tracks the S&P 500, which is an index that tracks top 500 companies in the US. You can start like that, but I said you need to obviously graduate to the next step. Now, on today's video, I want to give you steps on how you can start, of course, investing as little as 500 rands into the stock market. Because one thing that, or the biggest myth that is being told by some of the people out there, or by what maybe you might have read somewhere, is that investing requires tons and tons of money for you to start. And I'm here on this video today to tell you that you can start investing as little as 500 rand. 500 rand can be the start for you to invest in the stock market. And this just simply means that everyone can start, everyone can participate, everyone can become an investor, a shareholder, which is absolutely great. This video today, but before I dig deep, please do like this video, please subscribe, hit or click that notification bell, because YouTube still tells me that some of you guys are just watching and are not subscribing. And honestly, it does take me some time to create this kind of content. Look, liking, subscribing, sharing, it's absolutely free. It's not like when you like the content, when you subscribe here on YouTube will start charging you a monthly fee or something for subscribing or liking the video. It's absolutely free. So I humbly request those that have not subscribed to consider subscribing right to the channel, because all day, every day, or almost every day, I'm dropping latest developments, which I believe that these things are important if you want to reach financial freedom. And now another thing that I want to put out there, please note that whatever I say here are just my opinions. This is not professional financial advice. If you seek PR advice, you already know what to do. That is, you need to consult the professionals so that they can be the one to give you advice. Me, I'm not a PR advisor. I'm a civil engineer who just likes doing content about personal finance. So without wasting any more of your time, let us get into, of course, the news. Right now, investing 500 into the stock market, like I said, the best way to start is to buy exchange traded funds. Like I said, exchange traded funds, or ETFs, it's a basket of shares that obviously, for instance, for the top 40, when you buy the top 40 ETF, you are buying top 40 companies in South Africa. When you buy S&P 500 ETF, you are buying an index that tracks the 500 companies in the US. So it's like you are buying a portion or a bit of all the companies in that ETF. You are top 40, you are buying the portion of all the top 40 companies in South Africa listed in the stock exchange, of course, which is something that is very good. So this is your start. As a beginner, starting with 500, you can start here. You buy an ETF of that tracks the JSE Top 40. You buy an ETF that tracks the S&P 500 in the US. It's just absolutely easy like that. I mean, S&P 500 in the US, on average, it grows by 10%, right? So you buying that ETF that tracks the S&P 500, which tracks the top 500 companies in the US, Buying and relaxing will give you an average of 10% annually. And remember now, if you get 10% this year, next year you get 10%, which will not only be for the 500 that you put. This is assuming that you are putting 500 and you don't put anything. This will be 10%. Next year it will be 10% of the 500 that you put last year, plus the 10% that you got last year. So it will start accumulating interest on top of interest, which is something that is very, very good. But of course, in the previous video, what I said, or what I but obviously in the previous video what I said is that you need to strive to max out your tax-free savings account, which is 36,000 rands. I know when you are talking about that figure you might think that it's a lot, but honestly, if you sit down, if you are a working class person, you just literally need to put away 3,000 rands per month towards that. If you can't put it per month, you can target the months where you get your bonus, and you can try to invest as much as you can. But anyways, the second option that you have, of course, is to obviously go and buy individual stocks. Individual stocks are quite tricky, especially to beginners, because you do not just buy any company listed in the stock exchange or in the stock market, because there are people that have bought companies without knowing what the company does, not knowing that the company is planning to delist or is delisting in the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. They do that, or a few days down the line, the company gets liquidated, or the company is no longer trading in the stock exchange. This is something that we have seen so many times. Another scenario is that sometimes people buy companies that are going down the drain, companies that are not performing financially, and at the end of the day, those people, will find them now coming and say stock market does not work, right? Because they did not do their own due diligence, but they just went and buy probably a stock because someone said they own a stock. They went to buy a stock because its share price is cheap. Its share price is 1 rand, its share price is 50 cents, and because of that they decide to go and buy. And that is not how it should be. Before you buy any individual stock, you need to do a proper evaluation or assessment on that company to check if that company's share price it makes sense, or its PE, price to earnings ratio, it makes sense for you to buy relative or comparing it to the other companies in its industry. It's very important that you do that. But of course, as a beginner starting with 500, I don't think you have no business in going into checking individual companies unless you have been advised by maybe a person that is taking care of a unit trust, right? Or a financial person who maybe has been investing for quite some time. But otherwise, you just need to stick to the exchange traded funds, ETFs, and buy basket of shares, or an ETF that tracks top companies in the world. You can still make money with that, but obviously what I said in the previous video, which is what I will say right now again, is that you need to grow. There needs to be a point in time that you grow and you start challenging yourself to go and have a look at how to analyze a company listed in the stock exchange. Then you need to graduate from only just buying the ETF or exchange traded funds to now buying individual stocks. It takes time, but it's not as complex. Me, I'm a civil engineer, but obviously I know about investing in stocks because I've been investing in the market since 2019. So I taught myself, and right now, give me any company, I can be able to do a financial analysis and compare it with other companies in its industry, and be able to make a sound judgment, right? Now, with all that, here are the 5 steps that I think it's important that, of course, before you start with anything, you consider some of these things. Now, obviously, it is worth noting, however, that sometimes when you're investing, things might not go your way. You might find that you invest today with an aim of thinking that maybe in the next 2 years you will take out your money, and things don't go as planned, especially with individual stocks. Things might not unfold as you have planned, and this requires, or it is for that reason that you must pay high interest debts first. it is advisable to do that. In my opinion, I think it is good that you start paying off high debts first before you can start investing. Number two, you need to open the right account. Look, investing in stocks, buying shares requires you to have an account that is easily manageable. A type of account or a broker that you don't pay an arm and a leg for services when you make transactions, when you buy shares, when you sell shares, you withdraw shares. It's important that you find the right account. There are quite a number of brokers in South Africa that offers the platforms for you to invest individually, and this is something that, of course, because of the competitive market where we are finding quite number of service providers that are giving or that have got brokers or platforms that allows you to buy these shares, it's not as expensive, but however you must still do your own due diligence. There are platforms like EasyEquity, Frank, Weibo, and the others that you can go and have a look and research which platforms works better for you. But I think all in all, the number one I think platform that is being used the most in South Africa for buying shares, it's EasyEquities. But again, that depends on your research. It's all on you. Now you can open also a tax-free savings account under these brokers, and then you start contributing towards of course your long-term wealth, investing in tax-free savings account, like I said. Now obviously, number three, after opening the account, the first thing you need to start looking at is to go for a TFSA, maxing out your tax-free savings account, because that account allows you to invest without SARS coming to get the gains, the returns, the dividends that you came through that account. Any other account besides tax-free savings account in South Africa, you will be charged. You will need to pay SARS. You will need to give SARS what is due to SARS. It is important that you note that. Now, number four is that you also need to set up a regular plan for contributing or for investing, in terms of putting money into that account. For you to buy shares, to buy ETFs, there needs to be a plan. Without a plan, of course, there is no way that you will succeed, or whatever you are doing will turn out to be something big. All these big investors that you see today, they had a plan written down, they had a plan, and they were disciplined enough to follow the plan that they wrote, to say that this is what they invest on a monthly basis, this is what they need to cut in order to invest so much into the markets. And you also need that, and you need to also make sure that you stick to your plan. Now, the last thing, which is number five, after investing in the stock market, you need to have a long-term mindset. The word investing, it simply means doing something for the long term, right? Investing, it's not trading, amassing. Investing is not anything less than 3 years. When you talk about investing, the moment you decide that you want to start investing in stocks, you need to have a mindset of 3, 5, 10, 20 years. You need to have that kind of mindset, because investing, it's a long-term thing. It's never about short-term gains or short-term wins. Yes, you can get sometimes short-term gains, short-term wins due to the markets, volatility and all that, but it is always a long-term thing. And of course, when you get the gains in the long term, you should already have maybe a strategy or your exit plan. How do you plan to exit? Because let's face it, we are not investing for forever, right? That money, or the main purpose why we invest, is that we want to get to financial freedom and get to live a good life while we are still living, while we are still in this earth. So you need to, with that said, you need to have an exit plan, you need to have an exit strategy as to what is the plan, why are you doing what you are doing. That also gives you the motivation to wake up every morning knowing that you need to go for that thing, which is investing, right? But anyways, I don't want to make this video too long. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. That is all from me, and God bless you all.